Over the years, I've had the opportunity of working with hundreds of students. And I have to say, every profile, every case is very, very different. I'm not trying to make a blanket statement for all of you, but I will have to acknowledge that a lot of them and many of you, the viewers, are probably thinking or have thought the same thing, which is I'm not necessarily sure if the degree I'm choosing is the right one for me. And to be honest, I think it's a big decision to make. Even when I was deciding what major to choose, I had a strong sense that I was choosing the wrong one. I wasn't necessarily sure I was making the right choice. In fact, now looking back, I might have chosen something different. I'm not 100% regretting my decision back then, but I do have the sense that I wasn't helped enough, or perhaps I didn't have all the information at my disposal to make the best decision. And that's why I think it's important to understand the US educational system and how the flexibility around it favors students like myself and probably like you as well. It favors students that want to discover something first. And if they want to, or if they need to, they can swivel and they can change major without sacrificing years of study. I know for a fact, for example, in the European system, once you make that commitment to a program, you have to continue it, at least for that first semester or even the first year. And until then, you can't necessarily change subjects, you can't change classes, you can't necessarily change much, and you're losing time, you're losing years of your life. And on top of that, you're taking classes that don't motivate you. They're just not what you want to study. That does not happen in the United States. In the US, the first year and a half, you're going to take what's called the prerequisite courses. Those are almost base courses that every university student has to take. On top of those, you get to select classes of your preferred major, but it's only 40 to 60% of the actual class load, which means by the end of the first semester or by the end of the first year, if you're not completely satisfied with those classes that you took, you can change major without losing the entire year because those base courses will still have been completed. Those credits will still be on your record. So you're not losing time, you're gaining experience, you're gaining classes that you're taking and just testing the waters. You're testing yourself and you're discovering what are my interests. On top of that, I think the US education does a great job at having professors actually interested in you as a student. They're invested in their students because the class sizes, mind you, are typically way below the European average in contrast. So they have more time available to dedicate to you, to listen to you, and give you recommendations. I don't know how many students I've reached out to once they're on the campus, and my question has been, how are the professors? And their answer always surprises me. It's not, I'm having a great time studying, or the professors are really good, or the professors actually teach in a very different way. Those are also true, but they're not the majority of the answers. The majority of the answers I get from students in the US are on the lines like, my professor is my mentor. My professor is guiding me with my career choices. My professor is helping me with my startup. He's helping me with my design of my product. My professor has given me access to the research opportunities that I really wanted to do. So you see the difference. They're not necessarily teaching better. They're being more human. They're creating a communication bridge between the educator and the student. And I think that key aspect just sets the US apart, and it's one of the big benefits, specifically for students that are still lost. They're still finding their way or trying to discover what major might click within them. So if you're one of those students that has not yet found their major, or you're still figuring out what are your main interests across the board, then I encourage you to first follow the link in the description below. It will grant you access to a form that will help you reach out to Epro 360 for your free consultation. And on this free consultation, we can better assess whether your profile will thrive in the US and how it will thrive in the United States. And that way we can make sure that your pathway to the US and to the university with the right major is a complete success. If you've liked any of this material, if you've liked any of the content shared with you today, then don't forget to also like and subscribe to this channel. And that way you can get notified of future content that we will be creating. Thank you, and until the next time, have a great day.